I've covered this topic before in the past, so I'm gonna bringing this up again, but I'm gonna do different words to where people could understand. And this applies to every man in modern day times, including women who finds themselves in this situation. You cannot be too nice to everybody. You can't be too naive, because you're going to set yourself up to be a fool and be a pushover. Now, everyone makes mistakes. There's just some people who has their energy to be kind, to be nice, and that is a good thing. But you just have to know when to suppress it, when to control it, who to be nice and kind to, and who to overall give to. Because there's snakes, there's scorpions, and there are people who just are out to rob everything that they could get out of you. This is why I thank God I have no interest in talking much about the dating market, because it does not apply to me. I'm not in the dating market. I don't have to deal with how a lot of women are today in general. And I don't have to deal with overall, Jesus, people down here, that way they drive. I don't have to deal with overall people who are taking advantage of free dinner dates because I'm a man, taking advantage of me to use me for anything, especially what I got going on with my money. I worked hard for that. I worked hard. With TikTok and Instagram, OnlyFans, all these apps that are uplifting women today, a man that goes on online dating, on an online dating platform, he has a lot more to lose than he has to win. Because women today has been given leverage of ammo to have endless of options and opportunities. And the way how America is, America has a mindset of a society where it's all about women first, where at the same time it's teaching women to objectify their bodies, use their bodies as a weapon, use their beauty as a weapon to get what they want. That's where the people that are the few, the people who are woke, red pill, whatever you want to call yourself, people who are just aware. Let's just say that. Being red pill and being aware is about the exact same thing. Okay, let's just be real. Being red pilled and aware is about the exact same thing. You're aware of your surroundings. You're aware of how people are, and you have wisdom to understand how any woman could be, okay? Anybody who could use you in general. People who got a lot going on, they're the first and prime targets to get used, like a celebrity. A lot of people in general thinks that because you're a celebrity, you must got money, you must got some fortune, you must got some fame, you must got a lot going on. Which, in a case, it's true. Celebrities most of the time do got a lot going on, and they got themselves together, depending on the celebrity. Me personally, I don't care for celebrities like that, because they're human beings just like us. They have feelings, emotions. They go through the same crap that any average Joe or average Jane would go through. Being played and being used. There's a lot of women that does not like being used by men for sex. While at the exact same time, there's a lot of men that does not like being used for their money. So you have selfish relationships today where if the guy comes with a lot of money and the only thing he's asking for sex, why do you think there's a lot of women that still has the mindset to where all men are dogs and every man that I've came across only wanted sex? But there's truth to that if you carry yourself that way as well. A lot of men would not be dogs or wouldn't be whoremongers if pornography or the porn industry was not pushing the agenda to lie to women to further say that, yeah, objectify your body, girl. Your body, your choice. Me too. You do what you want. Freedom of choice. Freedom to do what you want, live your life. STDs is always going to be curable. So what if you get pregnant? You can always get an abortion or just keep that baby so you could collect child support from the man. Dump him. Get a divorce. All these negative notions, all these things that teaches women in general to be self-centered, selfish, and think about only them. It's only about them. And I already know all women and men does not have a negative, toxic mindset. But today, in this time, in 2024, the reason why dating and marriages is even failing too, because most people, both men and women, are in the fence where, well, I'm just going to take what I could get out of this person. Do not be the one to be in either category. It's not, it defeats the purpose. Why complain about the problems when you're also a part of the problem? If you're part of the problem, why are you complaining about it at the exact same time? Doesn't that make you look like you're a hypocrite or you're just contradicting yourself? Oh, feminism, the women, I'm tired of women using me for sex, but you going back in the dating market to get with women just for the sex. That makes no sense to me. It was right out today. Makes no sense for me. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I could talk all this talk because I've been through enough experience to understand how a lot of women operates. I was not born yesterday. I'm not dumb. I already know most women in general isn't gonna want money. It's natural for a lot of women to want men with money for security purposes. But if they're out looking for a man with money, like a hawk or a vulture, a leech or a snake, that goes to tell me that she's a gold digger and she's a user and she just wants me for my pockets. She's not going to genuinely stay with me long term, because once the money runs out, she runs out. Common sense. Common sense. I'm not going to even make this video as long as I normally make my videos. I'm just going to be real with all of you, any one of you who comes across this video, man or woman. Stop thinking, for one, that, oh, sex is going to keep a person long term. No, it does not. And then people wonder why they feel played and they feel used, because you played yourself. You set yourself up to get used and played. I've been through it. I've been played and used before, and I didn't like it. It's not a good feeling to be played and used. You feel stupid. You feel dumb. It happens to the best of us. It happens to a lot of people. Does that mean that, you know what, I'm going to do the exact same thing? Hurt people is going to hurt others. And realistically, there's people out there that's going to have that mindset. But should you fall weak to have that mindset? Me personally speaking, I think anyone who is out to hurt people because they were hurt, I think those people are emotionally weak. They're a train wreck. And I can understand why so many people does not like trusting people that are like that. They're not deemed as trustworthy because it seems like they got a lot of trauma going on from their past, that they're blaming every single person that they come across, putting all that energy, that evil spirit, those demons. It's rubbing off on every single innocent bystander in person. Of course, some of those people don't know any better. Some of those people may want something genuine. They might want to be like, hey, I want a wife one day. I want a husband one day. But some people that are users, they also got to question themselves. Are you fit to be a husband? Are you fit to be a wife? I knew what I wanted before meeting my wife, but I was not prepared myself until I actually got into the situation of being a married husband. I've been married for about 7 years, going on 8. Now I completely understand what it means to be a husband, a father, provider. I understand what it means. And a man's worth should not be based off how much money he makes. A woman's worth shouldn't be based off her body. The worth is value. How pure are you? How willing are you to change, to meet the right one, to meet the right person? The good fit. The person that's on your level, not financially. I'm talking about spiritually. That's what more people should be talking about. There's some men that are complaining that, oh, she just wants me for money. She wants a guy who got 6 figures, 6 foot tall. And the girl could be like, okay, I understand your point, but what do you have to offer? How can you set apart to be different from those other men? How can you set yourself apart? Are you financially secure? Not having a lot of money, but if a girl is being realistic, okay, the cost of living in this area is such and such. I want to establish a house. I want to believe that my husband could secure a well-paying job. It doesn't have to be a lot of money, but a good enough job for them and the children to get by. You can't. So many men are complaining about money, but can you blame some women that wants a man with a good, stable job with security? How are you going to take care of your kids? How are you going to take care of your kids? You want a pet, you want a dog, you want a nice car. If you want to do that and be by yourself, be by yourself. But if you want a woman or like a wife, you have to present yourself as being a husband. Sure, you're going to still have your gold diggers, you're going to still have your users. That does not mean you become the one that's used. That does not mean you set yourself up to become a victim. Because I notice there's a lot of people now today that are selfishly putting themselves in a position to be victims. And that's what I call a toxic individual. Like, they like being hurt. They like being used. And there are people that has that mindset, and it's sick and it's twisted for me to me. Like, you are hurt, you're just used to that hurt, so you're thinking that being hurt is a good thing, and that makes your relationship somehow a lot more stronger. Which in a sense, to some cases it can when you don't know better, but when you know better, that's different. Any woman or man that's coming across this video that has some sense of wisdom, that are wise enough to understand that there are hawks, wolves in sheep's clothing out here, right? You have to understand this. If you see all the problems and you're in the problem on top of that, you can't blame no one 100% but yourself. I believe change can happen for anybody. Everyone is vulnerable to change. Not everyone, but anybody who has the right mindset, who has some sense. Anyone that has some sense is vulnerable to change, to grow, to do better. But if you see no room for that, and that partner is not showing you that improvement, why bother? Why? And one thing I can't stand before I end this video, people need to really stop going on social media to complain about their problems. I understand if you feel isolated. I understand if you don't have that much people to talk to. But if you're going to social media all the time, complaining on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, and you want the world to give them their opinion on a relationship, and the first thing that a lot of people are saying is that, oh, just leave him, just leave her. Do they know how much work you put into the relationship, into the marriage? It just depends on the situation. It just depends on the situation. Don't let the world or people who are outsiders define your marriage. Because there's some people that are making the complaints, they could be wrong as well. Don't be foolish. Don't be naive. Okay? Being too nice, you can't do that. You have to show boundaries. You have to be a lady and be a gentleman. That's what it means to have boundaries, have some self-respect, have some pride, and it's the right pride, and have some self-dignity. We are a living temple. This body is a living temple. God expects us to treat our bodies like a temple. A temple of purity. Something to value. Just like how we should value ourselves, like how we value our lives, our time, our resources, our money, things like that. Our dignity, our respect. When a lot of people sees that oh crap, she's not playing, or he's not playing, they have more respect for you. They honestly do. And you know what I mean? What I meant by a lot of people should be on the meet somebody that's on their level, somebody that's also serious just as much as they are. I'm aware of the drama, the chaos in the world. That does not mean you be part of it and you complain about it at the exact same time. That defeats the purpose in complaining about it. Because a lot of people who have some sense is not going to listen to you. They're going to look at you like you're stupid. Something's wrong with you. This is common sense. Casual talk here. Peace out. Let me know what you think.